Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Tajendra. And in this series of the DevOps tutorial, in this video, today we will discuss about the continuous integration. So what is meaning of continuous integration? Continuous integration means your code should be ready for the deployment. Okay. It means ready to deploy code. Okay. Deployment is not being done yet, but our code is built correctly, has been tested correctly, and it is having no vulnerabilities. Okay. And it is very safe to deploy it into the production environment. Then once we will have the all the approvals to deploy it into the production environment, code can be shipped to the production machines. Okay, so there are a lot of things come inside continuous integration. One part is the code building. Okay, your code might be using the maven build, might be having the python node.js kind of things. Okay, so one part is the building of the code. Another part is the continuous inspection. Continuous inspection means if there is any kind of vulnerability in your code or not. Okay, so there are some other tools for it like SonarQube. Okay, then we are having continuous testing. Okay, once code is built correctly, then it should be tested properly. Okay, so that it can be we can mark it as deployment ready. Okay, so testing should be done. So this continuous integration having number of parts. One is continuous build, continuous inspection, and the continuous testing. In this video, we will discuss about the continuous integrations by using GitHub and the Travis CI. Travis CI is a very useful tool for it. Okay, we are not going to use Jenkins here. In this tutorial, we are going to use Travis CI. And another part is the continuous testing. Okay, so for continuous testing, I have written some scripts, some test cases using the Selenium and TestNG to show you. Okay, so what we are going to achieve in this video, uh, there would be one developer. Okay, developer will write a code. In our sample code, it would be the Java code. Okay, so it will be a Java application, web-based application. So Java developer will write the code and push his code into the Git repository. Okay, as well as same way test team. Okay, test team will write the test cases for to test this web application, and they will also push their test cases into the Git repository. Then we will have the Travis CI virtual machines. We can say virtual engine. We can say build engine. Okay, and in this Travis CI, then we will having all the tools required to build the code. So Travis CI will get the code from the developer Git account. Okay, and then build the code, and after building it, it will get the code from the tester Git account and will execute the test cases. Okay, using the Selenium and the TestNG, and then based on the report generated by the TestNG, it will decide whether all the test cases has been passed successfully or not. And if everything is fine, then it will create a Docker image. Okay, Travis CI will create a Docker image and will push that image into the Docker Hub account. Okay, so that thing we are going to achieve. So let me go move to the next slide. So here, as I describe you, okay, there would be two different team. One is the development team, another is the testing team. Developer team will focus writing their application code, and testing will be focused on writing their test cases, okay, for testing and the production environment. And they will having their own Git account, okay. Developer team will push their code into their Git, as well as the test cases will be pushed into the Git account, the tester Git account. Okay, then we will having the Travis CI. Okay, so Travis CI first get the code from the developer Git and will build the code. Okay, get the all the test cases and will execute the Selenium script, will generate the testing reports, and based on the testing reports, if all the test cases fine, okay, then it will go ahead and can deploy the code. Okay, not deployed, but we can also use Travis CI as the complete CI/CD, means continuous integration, continuous deployment. But generally, we do not use Travis CI for the continuous deployment. But yes, because it is ready image, and this image ready image we have going to push into the Docker, it can be used for the deployment. Okay, so let me now show you my some code and the sample application. This is the sample application I have written into in the Java. Okay, using the Maven. Okay, and if I show you the running application. Okay, so this is the running application. Okay, so this is the Spring based application and using the H2 database in memory database. Okay, it is doing nothing, just it is taking some values of student and will store into the in memory database, the H2 database, like that. Okay, so this is the one thing. Okay, and let we go ahead. Okay, and let first we see the Travis CI. Okay, so Travis CI is the very important tool here. This is the Travis CI URL. Okay, travisci.com. You can go there and you can link your GitHub account with your Travis CI account. Once your account is there, linked with the Travis CI, your GitHub account is linked with the Travis CI. Okay, you can see it is my GitHub account. You can see the logo here, right, in the right corner. So once your GitHub account is linked with the Travis CI, it will automatically will receive all the repositories from your GitHub. Okay, the only thing you require is that, like this is my GitHub account. Okay, so this GitHub account should have, this GitHub repository should have this single file. Okay, .travis.yaml. This .travis.yaml file is required to build. It is basically the building instructions to the Travis CI tool. Okay, so once this file is present there, and whatever you will write inside this travis.yaml file, these are the instructions Travis CI will follow to build your applications. Okay, so like you can see here, I am having two Git account here. One is for the developer. Okay, so developer will write the Spring Boot H2 application using Java, and another GitHub account is for tester. Okay, for the testing. Okay, this is for auto testing. Okay, so they will write um, the test cases, the Selenium test cases will use the test ng and all that. Okay, so here we are having two Git account. Okay, one for testing team, another is for the development team. Okay, so this developer machine is having the travis.yaml file. Okay, if I show you the travis.yaml file, the structure of travis.yaml. So this is the structure of travis.yaml file. I will explain each and everything to you. Okay, first thing, let me try to execute this scenario. Okay, so this scenario means as soon as developer will make any changes into the Git account. Okay, as soon as he will push his code into the Git, because it is a continuous integration. Okay, so this process will initiated. Okay, it will get the code from the Git, it will build the code, then it will test the code, and if everything is fine, then it will push the code into the image registry, which is our Docker Hub. Okay, so let me do one thing first. Um, First, let me change something in my developer machine code. Okay, so that build can be started. Okay, because this build might take 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, to complete. So let me make a very small change. This is the Docker file from the developer machine. Okay, just let me um, put some space here. That's it. Okay, and let me save this file, and then let me push this code into my Git account. Okay, so if you can see Git status, though this Docker file has been changed. Okay, and let me add this. Let me commit command as 2, and let me push it. Okay, so as soon as the code will be pushed into the GitHub, and then our GitHub account, okay, our this GitHub account is linked with the Travis account using .travis.yaml file. Okay, so if we go inside this Travis dashboard now, Okay, we will see that our new build will be started soon. Yes, so it has been started as we give the command to. So you can see here, it is taking code from the master branch. Okay, and this is the last commit has number. Okay, get commit has number, and the commit message was the 2. Okay, and then the build has been started. You can see here it will take some time, around 4 to 5 minutes it will take to complete, because too many things that it is going to do, because it is the Maven application, so it will take some time to get all the dependencies and then it will build. Okay, so meantime let me show you what we all need. Okay, so if I go back to my travis.yaml file, okay, so what this Travis will do for us. Okay, so first of all, language Java. What it means, the Travis, first of all, it will create a virtual machine for us. Okay, like you can see here. Okay, it will create a virtual environment, virtual VM for us, in which it will execute our code, it will execute our build and other things. Okay, like here you can see it is creating our machine. Okay, worker information, it is assigning this machine to us for our work. Okay, and then we, because our application is Java based, that's why our build language would be Java. And then we are going to use the OpenJDK 8 and some add-on package I need for this. Okay, so this is the XML2 XML utilities. Okay, I need. And then service we are going to use is the Docker. Okay, because uh, from our Java application we are going to create a Docker image. Okay, and then finally once Docker image would be there, then we will push this Docker image into our registry. Okay, image registry. Okay, then install. Okay, so once our virtual machine, this Travis CI is initiating our machine. Okay, and it is also installing some packages there into that virtual machine. Okay, to build our application. And also we are installing Maven and a Python Python PIP. Okay, why Python? Because my application is using a SendGrid client. Okay, to send the mail. That's why. Okay, if you not required, you would need not to use it. Okay, then this is 3 points: before script, script, and after script. Okay, so what we are doing from before script, okay, we are here, we are creating image, okay, from our Java code. Okay, and after creating this image, we are also executing, means running this Docker image inside Travis virtual machine only. Okay, once this image would be ready and running, okay, then we can perform our testing there. Okay, and for testing, what now we are doing, we are taking all the code, okay, by using this git clone statement from the tester gift account. Okay, so this is the testing test teams git account. Okay, from there I am cloning their repository, git repository, and getting all their test cases, Selenium test cases. Okay, and then I am executing their Selenium, because Selenium test cases, it is also a Selenium Maven project. Okay, so here I am using Maven. Okay, and initiating the test. After initiating of the test, then I am calling, I have write down this sh file. I am calling this script. This script will find out whether all the test cases run successfully or not. Okay, and it will decide whether whether our building of application and the testing of application will be marked success or not. Okay, only if all the test cases are passed, only then it will mark it successful. And then if it is successful, then after script this will be executed. Okay, if anything fails in between, then this after script will not be executed. So in this after script, it is login into my Docker Hub, okay, and then we'll push the latest image which we have created, okay, into the my Docker Hub account. And then notification, it is Travis CI internal mail SMTP, okay, which can send the mail, but the limitation here is that this Travis CI email cannot send the attachment, okay. That's why I am using the SendGrid, okay, so that I can also send the testing report to the team, okay, the test results and everything to the team, okay, as an attachment. That's why I am using this SendGrid. Okay, if you not require it, then you need not to use it. Okay, and then if we go to this cell script which I was telling, okay, so it is taking all these parameters and getting results and everything, and then sending the mail and then deciding whether it will mark as pass or the fail. Okay, and if I go to the test cases which testing need to write, okay, I have created very simple test cases. I have write down only two test cases in this Selenium test script. Okay, and here one thing very important is the headless mode. Okay, once you will write your test cases, it should be the headless mode to be run inside the Travis, because Travis will give you the environment of Linux, okay, and it will not be having the X12 video content available, okay. So that's why every test cases will be run into the background. Okay, so that's why it should be the headless, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so you have to make this headless property true. Let me check whether our build runs success or not. Yes, so our build has been finished and it ran successful. And if it ran successful, so let me explain you everything one by one, step by step. Okay, so here you can see that as I let me open my travis.yaml file first. Okay, so here you can see it is in add-on section. Okay, first is language Java and JDK, open JDK 8. Okay, so here you can see once our Travis build is started. Okay, so it is JDK and open JDK 8 Java. Okay, so first thing is that, and then another it is adding, okay, some packages. Okay, package name is the libxml to utilities. Okay, so here let me see. Okay, inside somewhere it should, it must installing all these things, right? Let me open this. um, yes, here you can see, right? So it is installing this package for us, okay, in this virtual machine. Okay, like that you can install any packages if it is required for your application. Okay, and then service we are using Docker. Okay, then we are installing Maven and this SendGrid. Okay, Python thing. Okay, so here yeah, it is setting up the environment variable. Then uh, it is first cloning our developer machine code, okay, from the Git account at this line. Okay, and yep, here, okay, and here is the pip install SendGrid, as I told you. Okay, here is the Maven install and here is the pip install, right? Maven install and the pip install. Then after it will start executing our Docker. Okay, and if I show you this Docker, then just a minute, where, yes, so this one. Okay, if I this is the image, and yeah, Docker. this. Okay, so it is getting image. So this is the Docker things it is doing, right, from our code. Okay, and building all the application, building the image. You can see the lot of downloading, because it is a Maven project, so it is downloading lot of dependencies. Okay, so let me come down. Okay, because it is log is very big for it. Okay, and just a minute. Let me go up and okay. Okay, so after it, uh, then okay, then this line. Okay, this is our script version. Okay, it is getting the code from the testing machine. Okay, from this line you can see. Okay, and then Maven clean test. Here it is has started the executing the test. Okay, from our application. Application is running inside this virtual machine. Okay, so in this virtual machine it is testing our application. Okay, and here is the test results. Okay, okay, these are the tests it is running. Okay, and here you can see it is the test result is executed, and then test result skip 0, failed 0, total 2, pass 2. Okay, so it means our test cases pass successfully, and once the test is passed, then it will also send the mail from using the SendGrid. Here our test cases, yes, so it has been sent this report to us that our test cases pass. Okay, in my mailbox, as well as it send a attached file having the test results. Okay, if I open this test file, yes, so it is showing the all the green. Okay, so this both the two test cases pass. Okay, and then once these test cases pass, okay, means if every step before this line, okay, is running fine, only then it will log in into my Docker account. Okay, and then it will push the image, okay, into my Docker. And then if everything is fine, then it will send a email, okay, to this email ID. Okay, in case of success as well as in case of failure. Okay, so because it was the success, so we received this mail from Travis CI that our this build has been passed. Okay, and we can check it later. So that way this continuous integration and continuous testing would work. Okay, so as I told you, continuous integration having multiple part. One is continuous build, continuous testing, continuous inspections. Okay, so in this we have covered two, continuous build and the continuous testing. For continuous inspection I will create another video because it requires another set of tools like SonarQube. Thanks everyone for watching.